Did you didn't how long did you use that shock belt?
Are we on? How long did I use the shock belt?
Yeah.
You mean my ab?
The ab belt.
I used it like twice, and I started getting dizzy when the microwave was on.
Dude, when you said you got that,
I still have it.
I pictured you, honestly, like putting it on, looking in the mirror, like, yes. Like just slowly nodding, like, abs tomorrow.
Dude, I got it off the Wish app.
Dude, I've looked at stuff on the Wish app and been like, that'll help me completely. And I'm dead serious, I'll bring it in. I bought, like, during the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, I'm not going to be one of those dickheads who gets, like, super fat and weird during the pandemic. I'm going to fucking get in shape. So I bought this rod that is just a spring in the middle that you, like, use.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and I was like, yes.
It just breaks.
I did it one time. I was like, I'm never doing that ever.
Yo.
Yeah, dude.
Well, dude, the shock belt.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It just sends jolts in your stomach.
So wait,
like,
did you feel like you were getting?
I felt sick a lot. Like I started getting stomach aches.
Does yours
I
have...
was like, that's just the fat leaving my body.
It's just shocking it out of there, dude. It's so shocking, dude. Doing a home exercise crap is out of control.
It's literally a giant sticky pad that goes over your stomach, and then there's a little button on the side, and you can change the settings, and it's like shocking you to be like, ugh,
it's like a gel thing.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
Yeah.
So wait,
the real ones work. I think this one.
Wait, was it one of the ones? Because I've seen them also advertised. Is it one of the ones that's like it almost looks like a crab? It's got like multiple.
Exactly what it is. Yeah, and you can buy them. Like there are companies that sell certain ones for like
your arms.
Like, they're legitimately tested. This one, I felt like the kid in Ghostbusters where the gum falls out of his mouth. I'm like, Star. Like,
I didn't know it was going to be electric shocks.
That's me.
Dude, that's so funny.
Like,
you can keep the $5, mister. Dude, that you getting shocked for abs is the funniest thing. You literally waking up in the morning, like stretching, be like, yeah. Dude, you know what is the funniest picture? You shirt off with that on, smoking a cigarette is the funniest picture in the world.
Just a cup of golf in the Outback.
That is a Norman Rockwell painting, dude. That is
it's just a turkey on the table.
Hilarious. You're like, what are you doing? I'm getting in shape.
That's exactly how I went at it. I was like, well, this is cool because I can sit here. I'll play Madden. I'll get shocked up.
Dude, I think the funniest thing would honestly be if you got six-pack abs. Would be so funny, dude.
From it?
You're just like, take it off your shirt. I'm like, sorry, I'm caught.
Well, dude, the picture that comes with it, it's like...
Dude, a cut bees is amazing.
Oh, yoked out?
Dude,
yeah,
that's what I want, dude.
I used to be yoked.
I want you to be fucking Carrot Top bees, dude. Just so fucking buff.
I go out there, I'm like, there can only be one, dude. Just Highlander. I kill Carrot Top. Not because I want to be a next prop comic in Vegas, because I got to be the only yoked ginger out there.
You can't have it anymore, dude.
Yeah, so that was my whole thing. And the picture that came with it was weird because it was like just like a normal looking like 200-pound guy, like not really in shape, but like abs for days. And I was like, that doesn't look healthy at all.
I think it's also funny when they show all of those like people using those products. They're already fucking insanely in shape. It's like they never show a person kind of in shape using those things, which I think they should. So you're like, oh, that guy kind of looks like me, and this is
this would work for me. That's
exactly.
a good point.
When they show a dude who's already shredded, it's like you don't need that, dude.
And
Knock
you also
it
don't
off.
use that.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you do other stuff.
You hit a fucking tire with a sledgehammer like a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And that again, I also looked into. They sell half tire things. They sell the things that you can hit.
Oh, the sledgehammer. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if that will work, but I remember again, in the beginning of the pandemic, thought I could do that, so I was hitting my couch with a bat.
That's not. The whole point is... You understand the point of hitting a giant tire with a sledgehammer, like the resistance on the rock. You can't just beat a love seat to death with a bat, dude. You just look like a psychopath. You're just like, just work it out.
Dude, I must have looked at
Hey, I'm in the gym, all
dude,
right?
every time Jeff came home, he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working out, dude.
You're working what out, dude? You're working out some
I'm
feelings.
just very angry about these protests. You have no idea how I feel right now, dude.
It'd be so funny to see you come over, you're just in the Under Armour gear, beating a couch at the fucking Louisville. You're like, it's gym time. I bring the gym to me.
I'm hitting a couch with a bat, and I've got electroshock shit on me. I'm like, I'm trying to get yoked.
Now
dude.
you're talking.
Dude, that's
funny you brought
out.
that up. I haven't thought about the shock in a while. And it was like...
How long did you use it for?
Like 2 days. Dude, by like the second day, no joke, I was like sitting on the couch. I stood up and I was like, I was dizzy as shit. And then I looked over and Kyla was making something in the microwave. And I was like, oh no. So I connected those two. I was like, that's it. I'm done with this. I think it's from North Korea.
Dude, you look at the do not use near microwave. Like, that's the problem.
I got it. This is a picture of King Jong-un dressed as Hulk Hogan. He's like... I was like, well, this has to work.
It's just Kim's head on the Rock's body with the tattoo and everything. It's like, that's not him. It's
Crudely
clearly
photoshopped. There's still background on his
You
head.
can see tape. It's like, that's definitely Kim. That's definitely our great leader, dude.
That thing cost me like $9.
Dude, only $9.
I don't think there's anything
So,
over $9.
My question is though,
I think you can buy the app for $100.
when you said you got that and
Yeah.
you did the bit on stage, it's like, I know he got it because you wouldn't lie about that. But
Yeah.
part of me was like, what was going through your head when you're like, it's time to get
Because I
abs?
kept saying... Number one, just to be...
Where I'm like,
I honestly...
it's so funny.
I'll be honest with you, dude. Here's why. They got me on the marketing. It's like, dude, you were talking about they should show people out of shape using like certain weights. Dude, I think it was like one thing I saw, like one ad was like this dude just doing nothing. He's like, do you love to do nothing? I was like, yes. You got my attention. They're like, dude, do you love abs? I'm like, I'd like to have some abs back. And they're like, do you want to not go to the gym? I'm like, that's bingo right there.
Man,
That's a bingo.
they got you, dude.
That's a Beezer
That's
bingo.
a trifecta, dude.
But it was for a product that cost like $190.
Sure.
And I was like, let's go to the Wish. You know, you got to crawl before you walk. You need
Like,
to
how can me, an everyman, afford this? How can I get through this day?
I'm looking down at my abs. I was like, I'm a shock myself.
Part of you is like, you're just looking in the mirror like, not again. Never again.
Dude, I would laugh to think you wouldn't be able to do a whole show with it. Like, if you would get, honestly, because it's like sitting there and you have it on different settings.
Yeah,
But the one, it's like, dude, it's literally like heartbeat and then just chaotic. That's the two settings on the one I have. It's like, and I'm sitting there trying to play like Madden. I'm like, catch, don't get you in. I'm like, that's an ab. I'd have like one ab. And then I gave up.
If you only had one ab, but it was on the side in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like,
The only thing that game defined on this area is like my heart coming out of my chest. I was like, well, that's an ab, I guess. That is a muscle.
You just call everything abs. Like, what is that? It's like, yeah, that's
Back of my leg, got a six
is that a
pack.
polyp? No, that's an ab,
You
dude.
just have like growths coming out. I'm like, check out these abs.
Your quado ab. You're like, check it out. This ab talks sometimes. This ab knows math. It's weird.
I'm like,
Check out my ab.
I'm like, how about you get to the reactor? You know what I mean?
You're about to react to my cutness. Look,
I am dangerously sick.
I have 3 months.
This is put something in
I
my
am
body.
terminally jacked.
I
Watch it out. Dude.
that was my whole thing. I was like, dude, I want to do the least amount of effort into getting yoked.
And
that
I
was
get it.
that era. And
I always wonder about that shit too, because like they show, what the fuck was it? There was ads besides that. Like if you search, and if you're on Instagram, if you search for one thing, you'll get bombarded with ads. But there was this one thing that I like looked at because I didn't understand how it worked. The Sonobello. like it's like cool sculpting, and I was like, it's not liposuction. It's like where they freeze the fat off of you. It's like they put it on your body and like it freezes it. It's like absurd.
This sounds like some wish app shit.
It's insane, but it's like a real thing. You have to go to a doctor.
It's nitroglycerin.
Dude, it's probably insanely not good for you.
Obviously.
But like apparently you go to a doctor, they like evaluate you, and instead of liposuction where they suck it out of you, like they put a thing on you and like it freezes, almost like vacuum seals you, from what I've gathered.
He's ran by Luca Magnotta. Put you in a bag. I'm like, this sounds familiar.
You're going to be devastatingly sexy.
He's like, I have the shock master going.
He's got one on his head. He's like, I'm trying to get abs on my forehead.
He's putting them on kittens.
It's like, look how jacked these cats are.
Dude.
It's like, you want to look like this cat?
Yeah, so, I mean, that whole era was like, I got that way before COVID. That was like,
yeah.
God,
right.
that was like 4 years ago. Yeah. I got that when we I think first moved into this place because.
And you're like, enough slacking off.
Well, my main thing was, you got to remember, that was when it was like me, McCusker, Gillis, and O'Connor.
Yeah, that's
right. So the ab shocker had to be hidden. I could not.
Oh, no. You can't have your boys find that.
Oh, my God. Like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, you guys hungry? I'm like, they're like, what the fuck?
Check it out.
And I can't remember if they did see it or I finally just broke down. I was like, check this thing out. No.
Dude, I understand what you mean. I get self-conscious. If Jeff walks in and I'm doing push-ups, I immediately stop. Like, I just go, like, I act like
anyway.
I honestly do the thing like, there was some on the floor. I thought it was.
Drop the quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what's over there. I'm sweaty because I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I immediately stop.
But it's also, the few times I've actually gone to a gym with like friends or something, that's where I'm like, I look like an asshole. Like
oh yeah, dude.
Like I just don't. I've said it before. Like I just don't. You put me on a soccer field or like a basketball court, I'll play for 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But going to a gym to like have a workout plan is insane.
Dude, when I did go to a gym and I did have a workout plan, I felt like it was okay, but then I just started looking at everybody and I'm like, I
hate all
feel
of you.
weird.
But
I know no one's looking at me. That's the other thing, too.
No one cares.
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
But, like, in my head, I'm like, everyone's, like, watching. And then, like, sometimes, like, I'll lift something and I'll fart. And I'm like, God damn it. That's man. Like, everyone heard that.
That's common gym etiquette, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of toots in there.
So many toots.
Men and women.
Also, like, I'm one of those guys, too, that I try to do that thing where, like, I not look at butts. I try to not look at ass in there.
That's, I think, most guys go into that knowing.
But, like, also I do that thing where I'm, like, deliberately not looking at ass, and everyone's like, what's wrong with you? You look like you have a Down syndrome. Because I'm, like, looking up, like, just so, like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's
not, like, the best ass I've ever seen over there. Well, she just got
you. Telling other people.
It's like, nah, dude, there's not a butt over there.
Get over the ellipticals?
Yeah.
Not much ass.
Yeah, it looks like crap. I didn't know it was pancake day.
You quit the gym.
I go up to Sweat Fitness and I throw a fucking towel in his face.
Fucking the customer card.
I'm like, excuse me. Here's the thing. When I joined this place, I thought I was going to be seeing heavenly bodies. And all I am is in hell. Okay?
Yeah, you're wearing like a Megadeth tank top, black jeans and boots. Like, this is bullshit.
I need to let you know this is crap. Where's all the ass at?
I'm going to Planet Fitness.
Excuse me. I'm out of here.
Yeah. So that was like, that whole era was like me trying to, I guess, get in shape, but like just do nothing.
Just to do nothing. Yeah.
Because that was my whole
That's
dream.
the dream.
I mean, I figured in this day and age, how are people just not getting jacked by not doing anything? You know what I mean? Like, the whole country doesn't do shit.
It's the future. Eventually, that'll happen, though. That'll happen, man.
That and The Rock will run for president.
The Rock
as
will
we've seen on Young Rock.
If
you're not watching.
Yeah, dude.
Rock.
That also was not something I thought was going to come out of your mouth. I wasn't paying attention, and you're like, yo, I've been watching Young Rock.
It's pretty good.
Wasn't thinking that.
If you haven't caught it yet, Young Rock. And the weird thing is they're always streaming season 2, so I don't know what happened in season 1. Not paying for that shit.
You don't need to know.
But
he's the president.
It's pretty good. If it's corny as shit, but it's so, like I said, dude, all the wrestlers, like when he's a kid and he's in Hawaii with his dad, and it's like obviously the group of wrestlers are like the most iconic ones.
Sure.
You know, Andre the Giant and Ric Flair, Savage, all that. Dude, I'm telling you, the one part, though, they're like having a meeting with Rock's mom, who was running the business at the time, and she was like, here's the storylines for this weekend, and yeah, Rocky, Rock's dad comes in with like a tray of drinks, and he's like, hey, can you hand this down to Randy? And it was like a cup of coffee, and he gets it, he's like, ooh, yeah. And I was like, dude. And first off, every single wrestler is dressed like they're in the ring. I'm like, you're in this guy's living room on a Tuesday.
Acted.
Yeah, dude, Ric Flair was not wearing those sequence robes to a rancher in fucking, in Hawaii on a Tuesday. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, and Randy Savage has the glasses on and fucking
he's got everything.
It's like, Randy, you can just talk, Like, I'm sure he had a voice.
Got too many concussions, yeah. Can't talk another way.
Like, I don't know if everyone knows, but it's a pretty common fact that Randy Savage was a very good baseball player and was like almost drafted. And there's that like picture of him like, what do you? He's like, ooh, going for the cycle today. Yeah. It's like, no, they would beat his ass.
Don't
like,
talk about my RBIs.
I'm in a little bit of a slump.
Can't hit a curveball. Oh yeah. I'm afraid of it.
But the whole show, though, is corny as shit. And it just came on because I was watching something and went into that. So I was like, what is this? And I was like, that kid kind of looks like The Rock. And I was like, oh, it's
young.
The kid they had playing him, like the dude's playing him as a teenager, looks just like him. But
that's like a Young Rock is like a spin-off of Young Sheldon, right? Like it's like in the same thing. Because they did that with that guy, the fucking dummy from, God damn it. What the fuck is that show? The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
The Big Bang Theory.
For some reason, How I Met Your Father. That's not.
There's actually going to be a show called that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a spin-off of that other one. What's it called?
How I Met Your Mother. What do you got? The shock belt on your head? Shocked you into retard.
Man, I am dumb.
Yeah, so I guess I've never seen Young Sheldon, but it's shot like that.
The
corny,
same thing,
kind of like sitcom.
It's a bunch of like flashback based,
right? Okay,
show.
That's this one, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's corny as shit, but it's pretty good. It's weird because it came on the Peacock app. I'll play something and then it plays whatever plays after is supposed to be like suggested or similar to. I was watching a documentary on all these Amish rapes. It was like, please enjoy Young Rock. Now I was like, what? What if Young Rock was like, I was in a community before wrestling. I was in Lancaster.
Or one of the wrestlers just called Amish Rape. It's like, remember that episode?
It's like, fuck, I gotta wrestle Amish Rape. He is.
Mordecai the Amish Rapist. Watch out.
Dude, I mean,
get you.
The weird thing is, I got through like 20 minutes of this thing, and it was like, Jesus Christ. Like, if you don't know by now, here's, newsflash. Amish people are horrible people, dude. They're
really
horrendous people. And this has been going on forever, as far as I know. I mean, dude, Lancaster's not that far from here, so it's like you get that kind of news. And I remember growing up hearing a ton of shit from out of there.
A perfect segue because this is like kind of the reasons why I got in trouble at work the other day.
Dude, I was raping this shit.
No, I was talking about.
I'm like, come on.
I was like, this is just Amish shit. Come on. Get on board.
This is not the farm. I'd be getting lunch.
Churn my fucking ass butter. Girl. But I honestly.
Girl.
Young maiden? I don't know what they call you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I brought up, because someone had said something about Amish people, and I brought up that my mom, when I was a kid, had this book called Crimson Stain, because I actually had to.
What was Crimson
Stain is the name of the book.
Crimson Stank. Did it sound you said that?
Crimson.
And it's all about the Amish
Stank?
just putting some stank on it.
Some blood.
That's what they call raping their
Bloody
daughters.
stank.
Gotta go put some stank on my daughter.
Crimson.
I'll see you later, Ezekiel.
Dude, we gotta start calling the menstrual cycle Crimson Stank from now on. Dude, that's what it's gotta be.
You're so mad about when you got the crimson stank. That will fucking piss off.
Crimson stank.
Yeah, she's not feeling good.
Yeah, she got the crimson stank. I don't know. But anyway, the book was called Crimson Moon.
Okay.
Or no, Crimson Stain.
Yeah.
And because I thought it was called Blood on the Moon. Because I actually messaged her like, Mom, what the fuck was that book called?
Yeah.
Like Blood on the Moon about the Amish guy. But it's about the first time that the Amish community ever had to reach out to like the police force.
Yeah.
Because a fucking dude. So apparently in the Amish community, there are no bachelors. There are no single men. And if you are a single man, it's because you're so inbred that you're like so retarded that you can't function. But like every guy gets married, whether they want to or not. And every woman is married off to a guy.
Sure.
So,
but there's a lot of Joaquins from like the village.
Very much. So they're, or not, you're talking about Brodies, not Joaquins.
Or Brody.
Yeah, there's
Brody.
a lot of Brodies.
Brodies.
There's a lot of Broats. So, a lot of Broats.
Yeah.
It's Brotwurst in there.
Yeah,
dude.
that's an inbred.
So this one guy gets married off, and before he even gets married off, he claimed that he could talk to Satan, which is first red flag. He also would like routinely go out in the middle of the night and like bark and like howl. And everyone's like, it's just him being he's a wacky guy.
Classic.
Still needs a lady. So he got married, had 2 kids, and his wife was currently pregnant when he murdered her and his children and cut out the baby with a knife that was like this big. And then after he did it, he like walked in the middle of the street talking about what he had done. Now the community was like, we need to like figure this out now.
They want to keep that in-house?
Yeah, they're like,
they'd outsource that one. Like,
we may not have the means to
probably call the sheriff on
this. This is way beyond like a barn flogging.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what to do.
Yikes.
So they called the police.
And this guy was mentally
insane.
Yeah,
completely deranged.
Obviously.
And that was the thing that like after that had happened, people were like, well, there's no way that this something weirder hasn't. Like,
it's funny
in all of the years.
It's such a dumb question
way.
on my end. Was he mental? But you have to, because the Amish, I assume all of them are fucking retarded.
So here's the other thing that like we didn't come to a conclusion about was that how the Amish. There's no fucking way. There's no way that an entire community just fucks one another because they would just become sterile. They have to find a way to reach out to another.
Right. You got to bring in outsiders.
Exactly. So that's where I was like thinking, like, what? How do they do that? How do they like? Do they write letters? Do they even believe in the mail system? We don't even know how they do it because they don't.
They still have like Pony Express.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's how they do it. And I thought, like, also I kept saying, like, what if there's, like, you know, people driving through Amish communities get a flat tire? It's like, you're fucking our children now.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
God
you
damn
live
it.
there.
But the thing that got it, so we went from that, the conversation went on to, because I said, oh, that's like homicide. But I was like, I wonder what it's called, like, when you murder your wife, because there is, like, a word, there is a side for that.
In the
like,
Amish community?
In the regular community. So, like, matricide is murdering your mother.
Okay.
If you commit matricide, it's murdering your mother.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If you murder your father, it's called patricide.
Mm-hmm.
If you murder your brother, it's called fratricide. And this is where things started to get weird because they were like, I wonder what it's called where you murder your sister. And
Tuesday?
No. Because she had the crimson stank, dude. I wasn't dealing with it.
Yeah.
No, but in A Shot in the Dark, I said, yeah, when you murder your sister, it's called sororicide. Because I went like fraternity, frat.
Yeah.
Sister, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just said that. I was like, I think it's called sororicide. And everyone was like, it's not called sororicide. It's got to be like satricide or something. Like
Yeah.
that. So I looked it up, and it was called sororicide.
Right.
And then as a joke, this is where the joke took away. I was like, actually, you know, it's crazy because like when you have a twin sister and you murder her, it's called tiantamaricide. And I said that. I was like, because you murder your sister.
Sure.
And the one guy was like, tiantamaricide? I was like, yeah, it's actually, he's like sister. I'm like, actually, sister is based on like, you know, the ancient Bible thing of Cain and Abel. Like they just switched it around.
That's not bad.
Dude, it took off, and everybody at
I can
work
see that.
was like talking about tiantamaricide.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, man. Like, like, I didn't know what to do, and they were talking about it later. And then someone came out and was like, did you say something about killing your twin sisters called Tia Tamaraside? I'm like, you may have said something
that got back to you?
I was like, maybe we just don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
I mean, it might be real.
It sounds pretty good, though.
It sounds pretty good.
Look, I'm not going to put that on the bullet anymore. I'm not going to put that on there.
That wasn't a daily special.
That wasn't a daily
Kill
special.
your sister.
Kill your sister.
Has nothing to do with seafood. I hope your messages get to
Dude,
that point.
they never have anything. Yesterday they didn't.
What
Yes,
was
it was Terminator 2 is better than all the Harry Potter movies combined.
Also, oysters.
Also, shock it up. I don't know.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah, dude. There's the other one was Oppenheimer was the bomb.
Yeah,
that one was pretty good. And everyone rarely looks at the fucking thing, so it's like that's what I'm doing now. I'm just doing hot takes from now on.
I'm telling you, man. I like the one where it's throwing up the conspiracy theories.
Dude, I did. I put up where was Courtney Love on April 5th.
There you go.
That was one. But the other one I want to do, and I don't know if I can get away with it.
What is it?
It's you got a phone? You're never going to believe this. 2 oysters stole my car.
You got a phone?
Yeah, I want to do that one, but I don't know. The problem is if you use oyster as the N-word, people may look into it. And that's nobody wants that.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the problem. Like, come on.
What?
Then that catches on like a couple of oysters.
Yeah, dude, that's the last thing I need. Couple of oysters committing Tia Tamaraside? Nobody fucking needs that. I don't want to be that guy. That's taking it to a whole new level at work.
That's good, though.
It's all right. I hate that job.
Dude, I love that you have fucking... I just glanced at your notes while you were saying that. I love that. And I knew... I'm not surprised that you have it in your notes, but Hillary Duff's ass.
Oh, Photoshop.
I saw it, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's talking about that Photoshopped ass.
Is it Photoshop?
So the one... There's 2. There is 2. The one that's like out of control is Photoshopped. But the one that's not, it's still a great fucking ass.
Yeah, she's still in great
Hillary
shape.
Duff is in an amazing shape, but I think the Photoshopped ass one is so funny.
Yeah.
Because like someone's just like, yeah, that ass is good.
I was skeptical at first. It's on the bottom of the picture it said trickdaddy.com and I was like, hey.
Yeah, dude, it may be a little
cashmoney.com. I was like, hey, that's not real.
Like a millionaire? Did he do that?
That would be so sick to think about Trick Daddy just photoshopping huge asses on white women.
Dude, that's what he does now?
Yeah, dude.
He cornered the market.
Dude, just
it's like
random people. He's like, Nicole Kidman got it. Like, what? That's weird.
It would be funny if he did it with people that you never like, yo, you see Tilda Swinton's ass? It's fat. It's so
He's like,
fat.
yo, Ricky Lake back, y'all. And she got back. She back and she got back.
Yo, Lori Petty, she may be old, but that ass ain't petty.
Talk about a tank girl. Tank ass.
Tank ass girl, dude.
Dude, that would be funny.
That would be great if that's just what he did from now on. And that would be cool if that's what like became that became his profession.
Oh yeah.
Like he stopped doing music and then like they're interviewing Trick Daddy. He's like, Trick, what have you been up to? He's like, yeah, it's like music. I got far as I could, and I honestly thought to myself, what can I do to bring my creative process to a different arena? And I started thinking, a lot of celebrity women out there do not have the ass that I think people want to see. And if I can find a way to bring it to what they need, to how they need it to be, I think I'm an angel in disguise.
Honestly, that's the equivalent of sitting at home and doing nothing to just trying to get huge abs.
Yeah, dude.
That's true. It's like, dude, you need to get back in the studio.
No,
dude,
Trick
you gotta
Daddy,
stop.
I want Trick Daddy to keep going.
I just made that up, but I would not be surprised if that's what
I'm telling you right now, it's Trick Daddy.
Just putting asses on white women?
Just putting asses on white women. And the funny thing is, the other picture of her ass is still good. She's still got a fucking dumper on her. It's just that one making it so, it's like...
It's also super uneven. It's like, what?
Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. It's like...
That looks like she crapped her pants.
No
She's like, I'm going to go with it. That's like fills out my jeans.
That's what some people call a full diaper, dude. She's got a
just,
full fucking diaper.
Yeah, she just has, I have urinary bowel syndrome. I have to wear a diaper now. But it looks good in these jeans.
Dude, I've also wondered about that too. It's like, how long is it going to be until like, because every celebrity has like a new affliction that they've got to talk about and a new cause they got to fucking go into. I wonder when the first celebrity is going to come out and be like, yeah, I have IBS and I have to like crap my pants.
I think that's a known thing.
No, but I mean like who's like trying to like not sexualize it, but just like let it be known that it's like, I poop my pants, boy.
Oh, God.
Like that.
It would be funny to hear stories.
Like don't body shame me.
Oh, 4 Emmys.
Yeah, don't poop shame me.
I crap my pants.
Crap my pants.
In front of Mickey Rourke and Mel Gibson.
Weirdly enough, they had also crapped their pants.
Yeah, they're just shit-faced.
Mel Gibson craps all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't have any other mouth.
He has no way to control his
just
fucking...
walks in and craps.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, speaking of fucking nut jobs, I saw Spacey's back.
Damn.
Kevin Spacey has
Space Invader,
so there
dude.
was this comic that wrote this whole article on Louis and how she doesn't think, I'm not going to mention her name, but like, and I don't think anybody would really know her, but she was interviewed on this show and like a daytime show, and she was like talking about it, and I thought it was funny because the whole article's her just basically being mad about Louis winning the Grammy
Okay.
for his album, and she also goes, you know, it's crazy because like this is how she starts. She goes, in stand-up comedy, it's the only form of entertainment where it's not age restricted, and this and that, and it's like she says that number one. That's wildly inaccurate.
Not at all true.
Because why can't you start playing the piano at 70? Or, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Are you talking about?
But then she mentioned it again, and I was like, well, there it is again. That's all. Then she mentioned like 3 or 4 more times. I'm like, oh, that's right. Because you're like 48, and you keep saying it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm like, we get it. You're old, and no one knows who you are. Shut up.
Yeah.
And then... she was like, you know, everyone is just playing into it. And it's funny how she's like, and all the Academy had to say was, well, we just vote for the best album. I'm like, right. So what is your point? It's like that. Clearly it was the best comedy album.
You don't want what's best. You want what's best for you. It's not how that works.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like, she's talking about all the club owners, and it's so funny because she describes them perfectly. She's like, you know, what people need to realize is comedy club owners don't care about the comics. I'm like, what? Like, wait, you mean guys that are primarily businessmen that don't give a fuck about entertainment?
That's weird.
Act like assholes for their business to strive? No one else does that.
I
don't know anyone in the corporate world that treats people
You know who would never do that? Vince McMahon.
It's like, dude.
He'd never do that. It's everyone
I'm looking at my phone. I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
That is
Stop
out of control.
talking, dude. Go get an ab bolt, dude.
What a self-sucking article.
It was so... I mean, dude, the interview...
How long was it?
The article I didn't even read. I just watched the snippet, like the 5-minute interview she did about the article. I'll show it to you after.
Okay.
I don't even know how I don't even know this woman, but like... I saw it. I was like, I don't have any connection to her. I don't think we've ever even met. I think she's in L.A., but I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? And I'm looking at the comments, and it's like, you're right. Go for it. This and that. I was like, my whole thing was the whole age thing. It's like, that's insanity. That is absolute insanity. I was like, that's the whole point of kind of art and entertainment where it's like, you start whenever you want.
Yeah, man.
I could name you 10 people right now that didn't get a start till 40 or 50. You know, fucking Louis wasn't even known until he was like 43, 44.
He was doing it for a while.
He quit for a minute, and then... You know, it's just it's embarrassing for people to still complain, and it's like, or just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're not. It's
go get yoked.
My thing is when people just immediately start. That's also a thing that people will immediately agree with you or disagree. There's no middle ground with like articles like that.
Right.
You're immediately going after your demographic, and you're like, you guys got to agree with me, right? Because if enough people agree with me, then I am. Correct.
Yeah,
that's not how it works. Though
I felt bad for the news, the girl who, the anchor on the whatever daytime show in L.A. it was or morning news show, because you can even tell her she's just running the gauntlet of like the most surface questions to be like, can we end this? Because she's like, okay, so what did you think about this? And she's just. here's the thing. And she's, dude, the comic's on Zoom, but she doesn't have a mic. She just has the earplugs in. She's like, so what I thought was, she's like screaming at her laptop.
And this is a lady who's just a journalist. She's not a comic?
No, she is a comic.
Oh.
And she is a older comic. Not super old, but
is this Paula Poundstone?
I wish.
Dude.
But Poundstone rules.
She fucking pounds.
She'd have the shoulder pads out, crushing
She's still
people,
coming back around, dude. She still works.
Yeah,
she still gets out there.
Didn't she like kidnap kids or something?
I thought she did. That was apparently.
She was. I think she was grabbing kids.
She was a partial Epstein.
Yeah, she was like, she was part of the Taken crew. Yeah. She's like, comedy's not great right now. I'm going to France.
You get abducted and you're like, well, here's the thing, girl.
Do you imagine it? She's like, I got you. You're getting taken.
So you're going to be married off to a Yugoslav. It's like, what? I didn't think that was going to be a thing.
Dude, speaking of Yugoslav, so I did this show for the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Thank you for your support of the Ukraine.
I didn't know I was supporting. And it was a show. It was on a Sunday. It was on this past Sunday at the Stand, and it was Karen Margolis and Amanda Gale show. It was great. They sold it out, and honest to God, dude, I was telling you, I was leaving to go meet Tommy Fishtank because I was riding up with him. And I was walking to my front door. I walked out, and as I closed the metal door, I opened it right back up and walked right back in. And the guy was like, what'd you forget? I was like, I forgot this is a benefit for the Ukraine. I probably shouldn't be wearing a war mode shirt with Val Kilmer shooting an AK-47. I was like, damn it. And then I took that off, and I had my Putin is the GOAT shirt. And I was like, well, that doesn't fly either. No. It was a bomb. It was like a caricature of Putin giving the finger from a bomber over the Ukraine. I was like, they won't care about this.
It's a fucking.
He's skateboarding into the Ukraine. He's like,
oh, dude, Putin holding up the Ukraine like an apple, biting out. It just says, "Just try and stop me" underneath it.
They should make Big Johnson shirts with
Putin on
dude.
there.
That would be Big Putin.
Big Putin. Big Putin is fucking king, dude.
Dude, Big Putin shirts would be fucking just a huge driver and chicks with huge tits like the cartoons. It's just Putin.
Dude, him sitting in a long chair
funny.
with a nuclear missile between his legs is like, damn, Putin.
Those one-liners on those shirts ruled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first time I ever heard the line, liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Poker in the back.
Ah. Big Johnson casinos.
Dude, those are so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, Big Putin casinos.
Yeah.
It just says, we kill gays. I'm like, well, that's not clever at all.
Yeah, like, this no fags allowed. It's very... I didn't know this was going to be on here, Poot.
Big Putin drivers. We will kill your gay son. What? All right. I kind of get it.
Yeah, it's like Big Putin scuba gear. Genocide. I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
He's just got like 4 cartoon chicks.
Yeah, around him with the straps over huge boobs. But all their faces look like boxers.
Dude, I remember my dad had a couple of BJs, dude. He had a couple of BJs, and I used to love fucking looking at them. Those
cartoons.
It was like
huge.
looking at like Leisure Suit Larry. Fucking,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It was like, man, this rules,
dude. I always wonder about the fucking guy who did come up with Big Johnson, and like, do you think when someone comes up with that, they're like immediately thinking, "Oh, this is just gonna be stupid. No one's gonna care about any of this crap." And then
it was probably somebody
the
just fucking
boardwalk
around.
starts coming.
Wildwood might have started
Dude,
that whole trend.
That's where I wonder about that shit. Where like the guy who created Big Johnson, which we should try and contact. We should get him on the show.
Yeah.
I want to talk.
He's probably got a tiny dick, by the way.
It's those.
That's how it started.
Smallest wiener in the world.
Yeah.
Smallest wiener in the world. But I also know that guy drew Big Johnson. Like, it'd be funny if like there were just huge titted chicks around him. That'll be fun. Like
because that's what he wanted in life.
We'll just
that he didn't have.
We'll sell barbecues and like all the hot dogs will be bloated and veiny on the fucking grill.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy you mention it because I just watched a documentary on Pepe the Frog.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah. How about it? How about that sound clip? So it's.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. I listened 3 times.
Okay,
I was like,
I was going to try and find it on YouTube to actually get like better audio, but I just filmed off TV. So what is happening in that is, so the documentary, I had no idea it was really good, and I never even heard of it, and also I don't really give a shit. But so they talk about the kid who originally created Pepe the Frog for like cartoons. He's an illustrator in San Francisco, and he's like the most gentle, like, hey, how's it going?
Wasn't that supposed to be like just a regular?
No, it was. There was cartoons and comics that included Pepe.
Okay.
That had already been. So what happened was on 4chan, they kind of took it and used him as what he evolved into. And then it's like, he's wearing an SS uniform.
Yeah, and poor Pepe.
So it's crazy because they go from, okay, this is weird, but it's message board at the time, and then it's like now you start seeing at like Trump rallies, somebody yells Pepe during Hillary Clinton's speech.
Dude.
And then it's like the kid who was on 4chan, I think live before he went in and shot everybody, and they're like, you're the man. It's like Pepe's right there, and he's like, damn it. And what I tried to send the video clip of is Alex Jones. Somebody had sent in fan art of the whole year the Trump won the presidency, and it's this poster of like, it's almost like the old death row poster where it's like black background.
Oh yeah.
But it's like Trump, fucking the whole crew, and then in like top right, it's like Pepe. Like, well, that's licensed image by this kid, so he had a copy. This is what's funny, and now God forbid you fucking talk shit on Alex Jones, but let's just face facts. He's yelling Second Amendment, whatever the fuck, or not Second, First Amendment for this. And they're like, well, it's licensed by this kid who created him. He goes, these bullies are trying to get, I go, what the fuck are you talking about? That's wildly illegal. That's cut and plain fucking illegal. You can't, that's copyright infringement. He's going to court. He's like, you guys are supporting me. We're going to take these bullies. I was like, what bullies? I was like, you're making money off of an image you don't own. This is an old law, dude.
Yeah, man.
So that part I sent you was like, all right. They're like, all right, so would you say that Pepe the Frog, I don't know why they're going into this description of like, so it's a frog. He's like, yes, it's a frog. He's like, round lips. He's like, I wouldn't call them round. I'd tubular. I was like, whoa, this frog is totally... So I have a clip of Alex Jones. I'm going to get a better audio of him saying tubular.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, yo, shout out Barry's, dude. Shout out to the Barrys.
Jones is totally demented.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, dude. That's insane. But also, he's using the fucking little bitty ting Vanilla Ice defense. He's like, nah, it's not the same. It's it's his one.
And then they settled.
Thing.
They settled out.
Oh, of course,
was like, we won because we paid him like what the end of like a good night at the strip club would cost. I'm like, but you still paid him out. I mean, you still lost. You still understand like he's still going like, you know what, the bullies got away with it just a little. I go, you can't call someone a bully for that. I don't give a fuck about Alex Jones.
How is he a bully?
That kid's doing exactly what anybody else is
doing. He's like,
do.
you took the thing I made and you made it this, and I don't want that. And he's like, yeah, God damn it, you can't.
And dude, he can't do shit about the message boards or the memes, but it's like, dude, the minute you start mass producing it and making money off of that image, that's illegal.
Yeah, you can't do that.
He's like, they're trying to get us. I was like, they already did.
These goddamn corporate bigwigs.
I was like, this kid's living in a loft in San Francisco.
Let him go.
Give him a couple bucks.
Seriously, you made his frog a Nazi. Just if you do that, you have to give the guy money. If someone draws a benevolent cartoon, you're like, you know what? This should be killing Jews.
Dude.
Like, what?
The kid was kind of funny because, like, before that clip of Alex Jones, they had him on the stand, and Jones' attorney, he comes in fired.
I bet.
Like, first off,
dude,
this isn't some multi-billion-dollar murder, fucking crazy. This is 5 people sitting in a courtroom in the Bay Area, and he's like, where were you, June 20? The kid's like, what? He's like, so before, when you created Pepe, allegedly, you had a real, like, kind of laid-back, slacker kind of knucklehead life. And the kid just looks at me, he's like, I still have that kind of lazy
knucklehead.
And I was like, damn, knucklehead.
Yeah,
and it's like, what's the point? Dude. The questioning, the cross-examining from Alex Jones' lawyer was so funny because he's coming in. He's like, where were you on 9/11?
So
it's like, what?
I've also heard that, not defense, but like that type of like, charge against somebody, it's almost like what that lawyer is trying to do is like, look, you were basically an idiot and you came up with a cartoon, correct? Yes. You weren't going to do anything with that. We took it and made it's almost like you made something, you weren't doing anything with it. We took it and did something with it, you fucking loser. You don't even know what you were doing, but the fact of the matter is it's almost like you made this and we're going to do something with it for our own good because you weren't going to do anything with it to begin with. It's almost like you still can't take creative process and make it and license it as your own unless you were to buy that thing from the guy. And they didn't want to pay up because they weren't smart enough to make it. Like, yeah, but we just found it lying around. It's like saying something you found is yours.
All you had to do was stop selling that one poster. Because he wasn't selling anything else with the frog on it. It was just that poster. So it's like, if you stop selling it.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he had a case beforehand. But it's like, if you just stopped selling that poster or took the image out, like had the fan redo the poster, there you go. I mean, dude, you could take stuff, but you can't sell it. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't know anything about that, just taking stuff. But anyway.
Yeah. I want you to go on the Thark Boy tour as well, dude.
I'm telling you honestly, dude. Shout out to the Thick Boys. It's a good clothing.
Yeah, it's fucking nice. Looks good on you.
$58 for a t-shirt.
But I think when people do that, they're basically going after somebody and being like, you have no grounds for this anyway.
Well, it's funny because they deemed him the bully. And I'm like, you guys are crushing this kid. And the kid's just like, yeah, at the end of the day, you fucked up. And his lawyer's like, yeah. The kid's lawyer's like, yeah, this is very cut and dry copyright crazy. He's like, what? You bullies.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You're coming after me now? Wait.
You voted for Hillary, right? The guy's like, no.
Let me ask you a question here.
This is a fucking Nader guy till he dies, dude. Look at this idiot. He's just, dude, the whole part of the documentary, like, coming up, it's like him and his other buddies who are artists in that area just like smoking weed.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, what are you talking about? And the best is he didn't know anything about Alex Jones. So he starts looking into him. He's like, I don't get this because like he's yelling about all the corporate bigwigs and how, you know, they're just using their power to influence the market, but he's yelling about me doing that and then goes back to selling supplements that grows your wiener. It's like, dude, Alex Jones sells brain pills.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
You know what I mean? It's like, he's like, and without you guys, we couldn't fight these bullies without
Brain Awake. Jesus Christ.
Brain Awake.
Or whatever it's called.
It is something like that, but it's like even his biggest fans, they're not that dumb.
No.
They have to fucking see that where he's like, we're going to fight these bigwigs. Also, you know what helps when you have brain magic pills? $88
When I'm out there going after bullies, I need my dick hard and my brain focused. I need my cock I need my cock rigid as hell with its own brain.
Dude, he should start selling the ab belt, dude.
Dude, Alex Jones ab belt?
Yeah, that'd be good. You'd sell some ab belt.
Damn, dude, that's his next move.
He should be spokesman for a Wish app.
Why isn't there? I always think about that too. So many people use the Wish app. That's where we need to go.
What, the Wish app?
We need to get sponsored by the Wish app. If we were Wish app spokesmen,
I don't even know who owns it. I think it's just owned like by a collective of like flea market
people.
I'm
pretty sure it is.
It's
like, dirt mall guys for the end of the group.
That's the crossbow stand all day. Stink bombs.
It's just the one knife guy like, I own Wish.
Oh, dude. Wish is definitely a knife owned.
It's the knife and throwing star guy like, you want Wish?
There's no way a knife guy does not own Wish.
Dude. But back to the Pepe thing, sure. I constantly wonder, like, that would be really fun. I wish that would happen with more cartoons.
I think it has. I mean, not to that extent.
Like, I mean, if fucking ISIS used the Peanuts would be fucking so fun.
Charlie went nuts?
Dude.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown as fucking, you know.
Linus was always a little, he was a little, Allah Akbar. He was right there. He's teetering on the edge.
Dude, they showed Linus with the blanket just like... Putting it on it is like, whoa! We did not see that coming, Linus.
Patty.
Yeah, dude.
They won't let her. She might get by.
She could get in. She's got a girlfriend that calls her sir.
Like, what's up, Allah?
I'll blow myself off for you. Where's Muhammad?
But, dude, it's a good documentary because I didn't know the extent of that whole thing. Yeah. And... man, it's wild, though. It is fucking wild.
It's also one of those things where it's literally a dude who's like, I'm taking this image. I hope no one ever says anything about it. And then the guy's like, hey, don't take my image. He's like, you buff, you piece of shit.
Dude, but then they made
How
pictures
dare
of
you.
Pepe cutting off his head.
Oh, wait.
The artist. Because
Oh.
they found out that he was like, yo, don't use that image for that shit. I don't support your cause and whatever
That's
it is.
awesome.
I'm just an artist that made a frog 10, 15 years ago, and you guys are now just finding out about him and using him. And then the next, which was kind of hilarious, 4chan just had a Photoshop picture of his head,
dude.
and the frog like,
Yeah.
which was kind of hilarious.
That's awesome.
Right, but it's also like, dude, just let it die out. But he was like trying to get him back, and that's why I was like, dude, that
So wait.
thing's gone.
Alex Jones was trying to get him back?
No,
or the
no,
kid was trying to get Pepe
Alex
back?
Jones was trying to like fight the good fight, but he caves.
Whatever.
And obviously they settle almost immediately.
Yeah, of course they do.
So I'm like, way to fight the bully.
Yeah.
Obviously he got away with paying not a huge amount, but it's still like you still
Sure.
paid money.
Yeah, you did.
It's the principle of that. It's
Jones
like-
had no case. He went in
Exactly.
thinking that this guy would back off.
and then they
he-
tried to brag about how much little money they paid, and it's like, it doesn't matter.
Whatever. You paid the fucking guy.
Yeah,
you lost.
still paid. So it doesn't matter either way on either end. It's
So
like,
this guy
whatever.
was trying to get the rights to Pepe back.
He was it got put on the whatchamacallit, the defamation, like
Oh, yeah.
that's now an official. His frog, I swear to God, the Jewish like put it up there, like it's next to the swastika.
Damn it, dude.
And dude, the one Pepe they used is him as Hitler. Like, it's like Jesus.
If anything, I will say this, though. That's a double whammy because that's also like, yeah, it sucks because Jews are being offended by this. But you know, Hitler, if Hitler was around, he'd be like, so did we take over the world? It's like, no. But the new representation of the master race is a frog.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Dude, you have to
No.
imagine like the Nazi cartoons. That dude was harsh. He
Yeah,
was
dude.
like, let's get some iron crosses. Let's get
Wow.
some skulls.
Yeah,
on the
dude.
thing. They're like, what about this frog
Yeah, so
with
here's what we're-
tubular
Here's
lips?
what we're thinking. Big dick sucking lips on a frog.
We go with it.
If there's something that screams white supremacy, it's a mouth that won't quit. It's a frog that'll suck a fucking chrome off a tire hitch. We need
It's
this.
wild, dude.
That's so funny.
It's fucking wild.
Because
But-
you know, like, white supremacists are like, yeah, we're tough. It's like, yeah, but here's this frog named Pepe that represents all of you. It's like,
I mean, that was. I think that was kind of the point too, where it was like this frog. It's just a regular frog. Because it started out by "feels good, man." That was the saying of it, of original Pep.
Pep feels good.
Feels
man.
good, man. And then when it started like getting viral and people started using it, it was like it was fucked up because they would use images, and one is like Pepe looking back at a camera in a plane, and in front of him is the Twin Towers. It just says "feels good, man." I was like, that's pretty good. But I mean, from there, obviously,
Yeah, of course, it's
and
snowballed.
Basically, with 4chan, which is like everybody's obviously anonymous on it, it's
Sure.
like it's like a contest where it's almost
Yeah,
like
you're trying-
you had to-
yeah.
if your post doesn't get a lot of likes or replies, it sinks to the bottom. If it gets a lot, it goes to the top. So
You gotta be on top.
dude. And the fucked up thing is, man, they're showing like the top. This is back there. This is when Trump I think became president,
Sure.
and they're showing like these 4chan kids' rooms. And it's exactly what I think.
Of course
When
it is.
someone tears into you on the internet and has just some wild shit to say, it's like,
Yeah, man.
your fucking life is empty and I feel bad, so go ahead and have this one. This one kid goes, this is my room. Like, he does it like crib style. He walks over to his bed, throws off all this empty takeout bags, like Taco Bell. He's like, put that over there because I don't give a shit. And then he goes over to dude, I swear to God. And on his bed is just like carved out like part of the mattress where the rest is all like dirty laundry and trash. And then next to him, of course, is the side table with the laptop and 15, probably 16 empty giant Mountain Dews, 2 litres. We're talking 2 litres empty. That's what he chucks. You don't need cups. Come on. And then in the other like connecting room in the basement is his green screen room. And he's like, gotta shoot a video. And it's just like a video of him. The video behind him is like a car driving down the street real fast. And he gets in front of the car and he's like, so basically that's my day. Let's call it. Like, that's it. He clocked in, drank a dew, runs.
Dude, what if he's like, also time for a workout? He's got the app.
Oh, dude. This dude's an
asshole.
adball.
Shock, dude.
Well, their whole thing was like they would see Pepe going to like these people were using him for positive things, which he always was before them. And they're like, these fucking normies, dude. It's beta rising time. That's what that, yeah, beta rising. That was a big thing during this time. So they went after the normies. And the normies were people that didn't live in a trash-infested fucking basement at their mom's house.
That's the real world,
hey,
dude.
Man, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's a weird...
I'm knocking it.
Yeah.
I'm knocking it.
I mean, dude, also, of everyone that's like fucking that was big on 4chan or using the Pepe or using that alt-right movement, it's like, you couldn't have got one dude who's got a fucking one-bedroom
Seriously.
house. Like,
all it takes is one guy who's doing all right.
There's a couple guys on the alt-right doing okay. Yeah. Like, they got jobs.
That's what I mean. It's like when you talk about...
Why would you go to Fat's house who's running on the road? A fake, horrible fight. He doesn't even take the car out of the video. You see some of the car. He's like...
and I'm actually... This is because I'm a superior mind.
He's like, it's basically like what George Lucas does. Like, you have a green bed sheet that's stained hanging behind.
My production company's called Industrial Light, and fuck you. How about that?
Yeah, dude.
I'm down here.
My company's called Shut Up, Mom.
Her name's Margaret. I don't even call her Mom.
I got it. Hang up the phone, Mom. Productions. Dude, it's wild to think that's the dude who's... And it's...
Yeah, dude.
I think that's shitty for them.
Yeah, that is.
There's enough kind of organized... there's somebody living a life. But they went with this dude. Man. I don't know why.
They go after that guy.
But also because the guy who did the documentary was obviously on this dude, his side. So they wanted to make him look dumb. But it's funny how like all these documentaries I watch that is involving anything to do with any kind of Trump or alt-right movement, they constantly show my favorite clip of just Richard Spencer getting cranked in the head.
Dude.
And then he gave the whole fucking like, hey, what the fuck, dude?
I've also said that about that punch.
It's a weak punch, too. It's almost like
you're going to fucking hit it.
If you're going to blindside somebody and take a cheap shot, which it was.
It was.
And I'm not defending any of the one. It's like, dude, I think Richard Spencer should get punched.
Punch that guy in the fucking face.
It's also because he's a pompous douchebag. And it's like, you would get your ass. I'm always speaking as him as a human.
Punch. That
he's a
punch
pompous douchebag.
Should have been.
And that kid fucked it up.
Dude.
That was like Young Rock. That was some Young Rock.
If he had hit him and made him mentally retarded, that would have been fucking awesome.
If he hit him into like being a liberal, it'd be hilarious. He's like, what did I think? He gets knocked out. He comes out. He's wearing a vagina hat. He's like, what?
He's like, feels good, man.
I'm an ally.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, but
nobody
from that side was like, I guess they really interviewed for it. I think there was a couple people, but nothing like none of the main dudes.
No, probably not. And those main dudes don't want to get into it anyway.
Yeah.
They don't. They just want to steer clear of that. Because I think it's when they start looking at like the people who actually support them, the main dudes don't want to believe that it's a bunch of dumb people in their basement like that.
They know it. Come on.
Of course they have to.
You're talking about dudes that literally have given up of like having, they want to slug life it, and that's fine, dude. Whatever. It's your fucking life. Do what you want to do. But it's like,
it's also
they also accept your support.
The idea of that's the like incel culture, those fucking guys, which I don't understand because look, dude, everybody can get laid. You're just.
Oh, absolutely.
That's that whole thing. I've never understood.
No, I don't believe in that bullshit.
You can. You're just not like what the fuck. Like people were like, she's a cock tease. I'm like, are you sure she even like? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
dude, she didn't like you, or it's like. Your standards are so high.
Yeah, you're talking about all the millions of users on 4chan. There's not one
chick you can fucking get with.
Yeah, dude. There's one that you could message.
No, man, she's got to look like this, man.
Yeah. They all want like fucking, drop dead.
That's how it works.
I'm like, your fucking pillow is a A&W root beer bottle, dude. What are you talking about?
That's not luring him in.
Retard.
He's like, well, she comes in, she sees the fucking stains. She's going to be on it.
Dude, no joke. He like hit the bed. He's like, "What up?" It's like just disgusting, dude.
Ew.
All right, let's close this.
Holy
go to
shit.
the Patreon.